So I got a new toy to play with this weekend. Ooh baby. Hello gorgeous. So we've been trying to solve an idle hunt issue with this car for a while, and Evan fixed it for a little while. Turns out the initial issue was that the fuel pressure regulator wasn't properly vacuum routed and he had some issues with it, so we got that sorted. Then the car ran fine for a little while and then it didn't. So we dropped it off with me for the weekend and a couple other days. And so I'm going to try and figure out what's going on with this thing. My goodness. Alright, let's play. So I have a couple of suspicions on what might be causing the issue. For one, we're going to put a new fuel filter and a new pressure regulator in simply because Evan hasn't done that yet. And I think that could be causing the issue. If not, it's sort of attributed to the issue. We're going to pull out the vacuum line completely for the fuel pressure regulator, inspect it, clean it, all that good stuff. And then I think the idle air temp sensor, the air temp sensor in the intake manifold might be having an issue. So I got an OBD2 scanner with live data on it, and we're going to see what that temperature sensor is actually doing when the car's running. So we're going to be looking at all the feed, all that stuff, trying to figure out what's going on with it. But it is going to be a good time. Alright, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I'm not about that airbag life, so I'm not sure how this works. Oh, there we go. That did something. Fair enough. Alright, we got clearance, baby. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Well, that's pretty loose, and I think that shouldn't be loose. So that's a start. So let's get that off and see where we are. Alright, we got a lot of stuff going on here. So for one, the vacuum line to the fuel pressure regulator is zip tied off to the line for the slave, and it kind of looks like it's pinched a little bit, so that might be causing an issue. Another thing is it looks like it's just freaking surplus vacuum line. Let me show you what it's supposed to look like. So where is our fuel pressure regulator? It's that guy there. So you see that? That's like not even really vacuum line, like rubber vacuum line. It's like a solid plastic line that runs down there. So it provides a much stiffer vacuum. So I think we might even swap that line out for that one and see if that gets us somewhere, because I can always pick up another line. This car's not going to run for a little while. Alright, my beautiful little bucket. Let's borrow some parts. Disband you. Can I feed you through? So now you can see what I'm talking about. It's not like rubber vacuum line. It's like a legit plastic line. Alright, you weird little rubber hose. Let's get you out of here. Be gone, you bunk zip tie. This is the line we're dealing with here. That looks about right. And you are plugged in right there. You know, you can see the difference in the lines. This one's like a super flimsy rubber and this one's like a nice stiff plastic. On top of that, he had it zip tied. I don't know if you can see that tiny little kink right there, but I think the line might have been crushed. If that line's crushed and that pressure regulator is not getting vacuum, that could be a cause. And the little hole on this thing is a freaking tiny little hole, so even like a mere amount of crushing might be the reason that it was sort of having issues. Because he had the fuel pressure regulator, if I remember correctly, not even plugged in the initial time, and it is having the exact same issue with the exact same symptoms that it had when the fuel pressure regulator wasn't plugged in. So I'm thinking he might have just zip tied it and then it like lasted for a little while and then it maybe got crushed. So I'm still going to replace the fuel pressure regulator and the fuel filter, and then I'm still going to keep my eye on that air temp sensor when it starts up, but hopefully this is the issue. Let's get you fed. Go down the hole. Can I reach it? Oh, I got it. Alright. Come this way. Come to me. Because this is a hard plastic line, I can zip tie it. without crushing it, because we're about that boost life on this whip. I think we can get away with a good old zip tie. Oh, there we go. That was probably not the best way to depressurize the fuel system, but alright. Alright, we're chilling. Alright, look at that spanking shiny new fuel filter. And we got a new pressure regulator and the correct line, and it routed properly to make it all work. So hopefully that was the issue. But we gotta run this big boy first. Where did the other end of us go? Alright, we're also gonna see if anything else funky is going on while we're in there. Intake air temp 86. So the IAT, that guy right there, was the one that I was kind of concerned about, but that seems about right for the current temp. Let's see. From what Evan was telling me, was that the issue was mainly at temp and up at temp, so I think we're going to wait for this thing to get up to temp and see if it has any issues then, and then I'll recheck the readings. I think I'm going to put that little fuel rail cover back on, because if it still has the issue, it's definitely not down there, so I think we're going to put that back together. So we're up to temp, we're holding idle a lot better, and the air temperature sensor seems to be functioning properly, but the AFRs are kind of bouncing all over the map, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Seems to be running alright though. So I tried to call Evan, but he didn't pick up, so he's busy, so I think we're going to pause on working on this thing for now until I have some questions that I have answered, and I think we're going to start working on the bucket. Some new hose clamps for it, because this thing is like freaking trash, and these were the ones we were using before, and they were super jank, so won't be needing that. So I pulled this whole thing out as one assembly, if you guys remember that, but we got the lower hose attached. Try and snake this fan back in. I took it out as the cooling system is right now, so hopefully I should be able to snake it back in there. Oh baby! Alright, we're mounted, baby. Look at that. God, that thing moves a lot. I wonder if that's an issue. We'll figure it out later. Alright, now you get to go on. So I found a clamp. I haven't found the other one yet. But I think I'm going to use this clamp and go get more clamps, because I kind of like to have new clamps on, because these things are pretty freaking old. So I'm using not finding the other clamp as an excuse to put new clamps on. So hose clamps, baby. So we got all of the cooling lines plumbed, the radiator and all that good stuff is on, so the cooling system is back on. So we got the cooling system back on all the way, and the bottom end is completely wired, which is sick, so now I can start working on getting my catch can on. I do still need to talk with Evan about the Throtl E36, we might be working on that some more. But I'm going to call it here for tonight. I will see you guys the next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, keep it fresh, and I'll see you guys later. So, Mr. Beckerman wanted me to test drive it to make sure that everything's working properly, so we gotta give it a good test drive, you know what I'm saying?
I'm already scared. I don't think Quinn has any idea how scared I am right now.
I think you're excited.
Dude, I'm super excited. You have no idea how excited I am to actually take a ride in Evan Beckerman's car.
Test drive.
For a test drive, not a ride. No, of course not. Oh my lord. Everything seems to be running properly.
Yeah.
It seems to be running very healthy.
It's driving pretty well. Now.
Yeah. Props to you for fixing it.
More importantly, the idle is fucking stable.
Yeah, the idle actually sounds really, really good.
The attack is proper.
Yeah. Holy shit! Woo! Oh my god, dude! Holy shit!
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust.